And we are restarting the Real Producers Podcast. And of course, I had to have these two amazing ladies for my first guest.
I'm sorry, I'm not a woo-woo girl. Sorry about that.
That was weird.
Yeah.
I just said to Lacey, what if you say, like, go, and then I just freeze, and I'm like,
But that's
just weird.
Okay, the
happening right
last
now.
15
Happening
minutes
right now.
off camera was probably the best show we could have possibly had. And now we're all going to be like,
yeah.
no,
Scared.
it's great. But I've got Courtney Benson and
Hi.
Lacey Brucci.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yes.
nailed it.
And I know, right? Even though I watch your TikToks and you guys literally introduce yourselves.
Every
And
time.
each one, I'm like, Lacey, how do you say your last name? Even though,
Brucci.
yeah, I know, it's fantastic.
That's all right.
And then I corrected you, and I was like, Benson.
Benson.
Yeah.
Like
But you
a-
were solid on it.
I know, I was that.
And there was a beaver joke.
There was. Well, it's and I will say what the beaver joke was.
That's the clip.
That is because my daughter named her stuffed beaver Benson, and she carries it with her everywhere.
Right.
And then we're gonna leave the other part out.
Same.
Yeah, that's
You can detach it. It's wild.
yeah, it's fantastic. So, but I've got you guys because
the first
every
episode of Real Producers
the first
OnlyFans.
Yes, yeah.
Thank you
Sorry,
for being
Jordan.
here.
RPOH.
Yes, but I had you here because this would be unhinged, and I think this is the best content because in the world of this crazy real estate market, we just have to have fun and be real, and that's why I wanted you guys on the first episode that I'm hosting. So,
Totally.
what do you guys do as far as what are you known for right now? TikTok. What are we doing? I mean, you're dabbling in that space, aren't you, Lacey?
Yeah. I'm known primarily for TikTok, I think. I have
If you
about
keep trying, it'll go well.
yeah. One day, I'm really hoping to get there.
I'm really hoping you get
Example, I really want Celsius to sponsor me. So
there. What do you mean?
camera immediately in front of me, Celsius. Please sponsor me. Thank
Yeah.
you so much. I have like 110,000 followers.
That's it?
Yeah, kind of weird, right?
Yeah.
I should really do better.
I think so.
And that's tight. But I do a lot of TikTok. I really love TikTok. I love that platform, and it's also how like Courtney and I became friends.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
The love story blossomed
Yeah.
from TikTok. So,
Yeah.
Courtney, what does that look like for you? You're doing a couple
Well,
of things.
thanks for asking me to go second.
Yeah,
I have half
you're
the
welcome.
amount of followers, so that's cool.
You'll get there.
It's fine.
Yeah.
I'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, I have a lot to overcome. I'm
Okay.
a 48-year-old suburban mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
that's
and
what it is.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
white too,
And
so
I'm
that is
white.
hard.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it's, I mean, come on.
So, how many followers are we up to now?
44,300, but I'm not counting.
Yeah.
I'm
No, of
not
course
counting
not.
because that's petty.
I would never be petty.
I would never. I would never do that. But it's TikTok. I'm known for. I don't know where to look.
I think you need to get closer to the mic too, because we need to. Yeah. So, like, remember, like,
You're
Is
known
this
for
too
TikTok.
close?
Yeah, I
Is
mean,
this
it's a
too
little
close,
weird.
guys. That's fine.
yeah. No, we're good.
Back to the beaver.
But
40. Oh my! I'm so tall.
you are tall.
Okay.
But you're good.
I don't know where to look.
you're fine.
sorry,
Don't look
I'm
anywhere.
tall.
Just look at us.
Okay.
Stare
Yeah.
into my eyes.
No, I'm known for TikTok and
Okay.
my authenticity on camera. And although Instagram's kind of making.
You've gotten a couple of good leads off of Instagram
girls
recently.
coming up with Instagram
Yeah.
lately.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the biggest difference between, I went to your social agent, your TikTok class. Was
Yeah.
that a part of your?
Yeah, it's
The
just
social-
a social agent society.
Yeah.
It's something that Lacey and I are doing together because we get asked about social media and
Sure.
how we both do social media.
Got it.
And so we just decided to start that and
No.
invite people to it and have some drinks and
No, I thought it was absolutely amazing because I really was nerding out when you were talking about the differences between the platforms, which we all
Totally.
know are there, but it's very practical for people to walk away and understand how to leverage the different platforms. And so what's getting you traction on Instagram versus TikTok? Well, I know you don't have like a plan. It's like a wide spray shoot and like,
I am lazy. I am inherently lazy. And
Okay.
I call myself the lazy go-getter. I just repurpose my stuff.
okay,
Like I don't have time for all that.
okay.
Because I also have to sell houses. Like that's
Oh, you need to make money?
oh yeah. Yeah, like that's really where, that's what keeps this together.
I like
is-
it.
Is the house
And you look great.
selling.
Yeah, we don't want to become influencers. We just want people to follow us and buy
Right?
houses
I
from
mean,
us, please.
too late.
But
Speak
I
for
mean,
yourself.
I would say though the difference between like Instagram and TikTok on the whole is that TikTok content does really well if you're funny, if you're hot, and if you're educational.
Do you see when you said hot, she was like, oh,
Yeah.
she just
Anyone
giggled.
so
else-
Courtney's
anyone
got
else
all
think
three.
She's talking about me. That's
Courtney's
so
got
weird.
all three, which could Good on you.
Good on me. That's all I got.
God gave me two, but they're real good. You know what I mean? And you'll never know which ones. Like, you'll never know which ones, but I got two real good
You're
ones.
just watching her, and then you're like,
Am I?
do I have a crush on her?
Am I
What is?
so attractive
What is
right now?
Why is she so smart?
I'm the cutest. I'm the cutest bottle girl in the club.
What is happening right now?
So like that is what does really well for TikTok. Authenticity does really well for TikTok. Instagram does really well whenever you're more put together. So
Oh, yeah,
Instagram
that's not
does
for me.
much better on like it has to be beautiful, it has to be correct, it has to have good lighting, everything. TikTok, you can kind of get away with missing one or two of those items.
Okay.
You won't go viral by any stretch
Sure.
of the imagination, but people will like and follow you and pick up the phone and call you.
So let's talk about that.
Instagram hates my mouth.
Okay.
Let me just.
I can say that.
Instagram hates my mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
They don't like the Tourette's.
No, they don't. And
okay.
they don't.
Boy, you make
they-
one beaver joke in the
we
middle of
make
a
one
15-second
beaver joke.
section,
and,
you know?
And Instagram doesn't get my dry sense of humor.
Okay.
I think they read me a little more mean than
than
I
dry.
Playful.
But yeah, but then I just go right into it just to prove them right, just to make the comments just be like, oh, you think I'm mean? Hold my earrings. And I was a fat
Hold
kid.
my 3 cups.
Yeah, I was a fat kid growing up, so the level of mean is just unhinged. Like,
Dude,
believe me.
same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can throw down with the best of them, but I don't. I'm really nice about it.
I grew up
usually.
in the mean streets of New Jersey, and by the mean streets of New Jersey, I mean like by the orchards. So it's
Yeah.
like really, you know, it was nice. But those kids were freaking mean. 3rd grade, I was a little chunky, and so they repurposed, you know, the gotta be Domino's buffalo wings, like that was the chant, right?
yeah.
And they would say Ashley wings, and it was awful. It was awful. I'm still not over that. God,
You wear it so well, though. You can't tell. You can't tell at all you're not over it.
You guys were straight and fat. I was gay and ugly. I think I got it. This face didn't come up until I was like 23. So all my friends who have known me for like 20 years are real ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, but then we're real ones now, right?
Yeah.
We're real ones now.
For
So
sure.
no, this is fantastic. So
Yeah.
now that we just undid some trauma,
Yeah.
no, I think that's so. Going back to the authenticity portion of it.
Speaking of authenticity.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Sorry about
authenticity,
that.
no, it's fine. But okay, so Instagram you have to be perfect. TikTok you can be a little bit more, or please be authentic,
Yeah,
right?
please.
So, what is the natural avatar of the person you are getting from those different platforms? Or how are you doing it? Like, do you want the perfect person reaching out to you from Instagram? Is
Ours are very different, actually.
They're very different, the person that you get is what you're is a
It's
mirror.
still what you're
it's
emoting.
a mirror
Yeah.
of you. I mean, really, I most of mine are very assertive, have a little aggressiveness to it.
so you get assertive, aggressive clients?
Which is shocking because I would think that
Is
I
it?
would. I would think that I wouldn't attract that. Like people would be like, I don't want to mess with her. Like that, she is too
You
much.
just said that
But
it was
no.
the law of magnetism.
I know.
Only
So
because-
you get what you get.
Only because someone told me that, not because I came up with
Not
that.
because I believe it.
Not because
Okay.
I believe it. I
Got
was
it.
just told that.
Got
No.
it.
And that seems to be what I attract. But I get a lot of agents from out of state. So yesterday I got another referral. So I'm at 56 on TikTok for just since
Just
Jan-
referrals.
Nice.
since January.
Cheers.
That's amazing.
Well,
Good job.
How do you know which cup to pick?
Oh, this one was closest.
Okay, got it.
Yeah.
I was just
I
checking.
know I've got two.
Okay.
So I get a lot of agents
Okay.
who resonate with my content, but I get buyers and sellers directly.
That's amazing. What about you? What are you attracting on TikTok?
I mainly get buyers. I mainly get buyers who are mathematically inclined because I usually talk about. Yeah, that
Ooh,
was
very
good,
spec-
right?
that was very specific.
Mathematically inclined.
Yeah.
I usually get buyers who understand math, who are looking for something that will appreciate and value,
Okay.
even if they're not purchasing something that is an investment.
Got it.
Because I speak often and a lot about investment properties on my platform.
Okay.
So they usually like me being direct. They like honesty.
Great.
And they like that I kind of like meet them where they're at whenever I'm talking to them on the platform. So
Mm-hmm. Love it.
I work with a lot of buyers. I'd say I do probably 17 to 19 million a year off of TikTok alone.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, that's great. So before TikTok, where was your main lead source for the two of you?
Stripping.
boy, you do it a couple times, you know what I mean?
Right? You get
They
a
can't
reputation
keep.
after a while.
It's just weird
Yeah.
because it's so many ones.
So many, so many.
Mine was Sphere of Influence, and I tried every advertising avenue I could have possibly done. I did
Okay.
Google pay-per-click, I did YouTube, I did Facebook, I did mailers, I did probably 7 different types of mailers. I focused on condos for a long time, so I would go to condo communities and drop off flyers with the people that worked there. Like I tried everything under the sun, door knocking, cold calling, everything.
Jeez.
Yeah, I tried everything. This
I
was
just posted on Facebook.
yeah, this was the thing
none of
that
those.
this was the only thing that worked. And once it worked, I was like, "Oh my god, thank God." Like
Yeah.
I've been trying to find you for so long
Sure.
because like in real estate, people don't know if you're a good agent or not. They just know who they know. And it's a problem with like social media agents now. Courtney and I talk a lot we've been in the business like 13 and 15 years, and so we talk often about how now you don't need to know your stuff if you're popular on TikTok or Instagram. Thankfully, we do.
We do,
So that's
yeah.
very helpful. But like a lot of the times I was just sitting there beating my head against a wall because I felt like I was such a good agent.
Yep.
But I could not figure out how to advertise myself appropriately. And I also had to kind of drop the BS of feeling like it was gross to talk about my job all the time.
Yeah.
And like now I don't feel like it's gross. I feel like it's really helpful. I want to help people make a lasting impact with them. I want to make sure that they're protected. I want to make sure when they're buying and selling that they're safe and secure and making money and getting a good deal. And like that's the vibe that I put out now on TikTok, and I think that's why people want to use me.
That's amazing. What say you, Lazy Courtney?
Oh, well, I think there's been an evolution
Okay.
of what we're doing. So when I started, all I had was Facebook.
Yeah.
And I learned, like, I hated hey, if you know anybody looking to buy or sell real estate,
well,
please.
Yeah,
Like,
I hate it.
I never did that from day one.
Yep.
So I just used humor. Again, fat girl coming out, like just humor to deflect.
Deflect, yes,
Yeah,
deflection.
trauma is hidden by humor.
Yeah.
So I always posted about real estate, but I did it in either a self-deprecating way or, I never talked directly about buying and selling. But what I've noticed over the past decade is you had to be really good at real estate to get referrals.
Yeah.
Like you had to be a solid person, like people had to trust you, know you, like you, all the good stuff. And then you would get a referral. And then you had to do a kick-ass job to get another one.
Yep.
And so it kind of went like that. And so now what's happened is
There's children next
I
door.
love children. I love children.
Thank God you have 2 of them.
I know. Mine are amazing. And then now you have to be really good at marketing.
Yeah.
So what went from being a really good agent to, essentially have your sphere trust you, you now have to be good at marketing. And the agent piece is really secondary.
It is.
And we encounter a lot of these agents where marketing is great. The actual real estate portion is secondary. And it is such a disservice to the clients. Like
Yeah.
it is wild. I will say, so since the whole lawsuit thing with commission came out, I primarily do listings. Do you know that I have had 100% of the agents incorrectly submit offers to me with compensation? 100%.
Yep.
Like, what? Like,
And-
so
yeah,
the
it's
amount
awful.
of conversations I have with agents, and I just had
And it's almost been a full year.
yeah,
it'll be
it's almost been
August.
a full
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
So,
no.
yeah, so that's really been kind of the evolution. But what I also think too is I think our industry, especially our brokerages, have gaslighted Tanner?
Gaslit.
Tanner? What
Gaslit.
say you? Gaslit? Okay. With this know your worth, all of the things, the sphere, and they hammer us with this sphere thing. Well, nobody needs to reach out to somebody that often about
No.
real estate.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. So what I found, and I know Lacey has found too, by showing up on social media, one, we're showing up in front of our people when they're open to receiving us. When people are on social media, it's like office hours. Like
Yeah, it is.
They let
Totally.
down a little bit. They're willing to receive your message instead of you texting them midday when shit's going down at work. And they're like, what? Yeah, I know you sell houses. Jeez, like stop,
Yeah.
And then now they have an attitude about you. Like show up on social media, do your thing. And then what I've noticed is now I'm actually becoming part of people's sphere.
Yeah.
And they've never met me.
I think it's amazing.
Because I'm not doing quarterly pop-bys. I am in their face every single day, entertaining them, educating them, pissing them off, whatever. They know what to expect from me, and I am now like their friend.
Yeah.
I'm part of their world, and I think that's super cool.
So
What was the question?
no, I think that was, listen, I think that was absolutely amazing because I'm second generation realtor, been doing it for 20 years. And it's very different. My mom's my business partner. My husband actually is now my business partner as well. I don't sponsor agents because woof. I don't want it, the liability
totally
and
get it.
everything
I
else.
got rid of my team
Yeah,
for that.
I can make more money focusing on what I do really, really well and diversifying. So we opened up a property management company. My husband runs that. I work with a lot of investors. And so that was creating that whole ecosystem to make sure that if I'm bringing you into my world and I am showing you what a professional agent actually looks like, and then I'm referring you to maybe a more archaic system to manage your asset, that was a problem. So creating that. But ultimately, it has changed. And my mom got licensed when it was 25 years ago. And I remember watching her, and she suited up and put the pearls on, or the scarf and everything else. And when I got licensed at 19, I did the same thing because I needed to legitimize myself.
I'd like a photo, please.
You want a photo?
Yeah, I want to see you in pearls.
It's so bad. Yeah, it's so bad. But now it's like I want to attract the type of client that wants to work with me, and I'm going to wear my Nikes, and I might have a hole in my jeans. And mom goes, "You pay full price for those, right?" Extra for the holes.
For the holes. Yeah.
But I think that's what's amazing about social media, because you guys are raw and authentic on there, so the people know who they're getting. You know, I think that's the most amazing part. And we see agents all the time with their marketing materials and their photographs and all of these other things. And you're like, and then you see them in person and they look like a wet dog.
Yeah.
You know, and that's fine to look like a wet dog, but don't look like a completely different human being.
Exactly.
You know, on all your marketing materials. Like, I'm more self-deprecating as well, and that's probably because I was called Ashley Wings, you know, in third grade, and you know, I mean,
I get
great.
it.
Yeah, you know,
it.
but I'm more likely to show myself with one eyebrow because these are white blonde. I mean, Lacey, you kind of get a
Sure,
little,
I get that.
yeah,
Yeah.
and everything else. So I might have one eyebrow, you know, smooshed off, falling over a sign, or playing pickleball or something else like that. And that's who I want to work with. I want to work with the person that wants to work with me in that capacity. And so I think, especially during this market, that's been a little bit more challenging. And I think we're seeing the professionalism is winning out. So people are looking at you guys and saying, "Oh my gosh, they're amazing, they're knowledgeable, they're fun, but they know their stuff."
Yeah.
And I think that's what I think people are going away from the straight influencers, and they're trying to find the people that they want to influence them that are professional at the same time. But you just got a call or a text that said, "Call me," the other day. And I was watching your TikTok at the stoplight. It was at the stoplight. It was red. But what was that? Because you got the text because you did a really good job, right? On a listing.
Somebody in this neighborhood had texted me and just said, "Call me," and I don't respond to those, but I have a husband. So I screenshot it and I sent it to Gabe, and I was like, "They accidentally text me on my number. This was clearly meant for you, Gabe." And
I did the
so
same thing,
so Gabe called the guy, and he just he was like, "You guys sold the house down the street from me, and you got a lot of money for it, and I need you to come up today, and realtors are like pieces of shit." And like, he just went through this whole thing.
Love
and
it.
Gabe was like, Gabe's nicer in that capacity
Okay.
than I am. So Gabe listened and was like, "What can we do for you?" And the guy was like, "I need you to come up this afternoon." He said, "Well, that's not possible." And then he kept talking about, you know, how shitty realtors are. And Gabe was like, "Yeah, dude, we're good. Like, we don't." He goes, "Well, I have a house to sell, and you sell houses, and we didn't get to decide." And I think that's one thing, because we work on commission, people think we don't have a choice.
Yeah, we don't have autonomy in who we want to work with.
I own you
Yeah.
because you work on commission, you're going to do whatever. And I would say, like, several years ago, I probably would have dropped what I was doing to go up there and do that, because that 2010 time frame when we lost everything and my car was repoed and we had to sell our house and move in with my mother-in-law, like, that lives in the girl, you know, like, so every once in a while that comes up and I'm like, okay, well, what if I need that $5,000? What if I need, you know, and I start going through that, and then I have to stop it because everything always works out. Have you ever noticed that? Everything always works out. We're still here. So clearly it worked out. And so, you know, we've got to like sit in that. So Gabe told him, "No, we have no interest in coming up to help you."
And
So and that was it.
that was it.
And now I sleep better at night.
Yeah.
Let go, let God.
Well, and I think that's Is that a sign on your wall? Like,
Yeah.
is there a
Yes,
fridge
it's
magnet?
under
Is it a
my-
fridge magnet?
Yes, I love me a fridge magnet.
Yeah, actually,
Especially-
it's several fridge
Oh my
magnets.
God, I'm going to Colorado on Tuesday.
Can't
and
wait for you
y'all
to
are
get a
getting-
magnet.
y'all are
Fridge,
getting
fridge,
magnets.
fridge,
Yes.
fridge magnets. Yay!
My viral
Yes.
video about fridge magnets.
Well, and that's where that was. So that was one of your
Yeah.
viral videos
Yes.
giving the hard truths of people's crappy things they have in their homes.
I have
That
a whole list.
it's a whole list. Okay, so rattle off a few.
Of the things that, well, the video I did that went viral
Yeah.
is the things that make your home look cheap.
Yeah.
And I was trying to explain when we did our social media classes, most agents would be like, if you're getting ready to sell your home, here's some things that you might want to consider before you list it. And I was like, are you selling your home? Here's some shit that looks cheap. And you want to know why I know? Because I stand in the buyer with your house. And then when we get in the car, we talk shit about your house. And here's what they say.
Yeah.
Like,
Makes me wanna watch the video a little
Want to
longer.
know what we say? Let me tell you what we say. And I said fridge magnets, and people have no. I'm a really good negotiator.
Yeah.
And that is like, that's actually what I'm most proud of, because I have empathy enough to understand people's inflections, their
Yep.
facial expressions. And if you want to know what makes a good realtor, it's that.
Yeah,
It's
amen.
not knowing the contract. I mean, it helps, y'all. It is the ability to manage not only your emotions, but other grown adults
Yep.
Sure.
who
Went to the
absolutely go unhinged.
Yeah, they
during
go. They went to
transactions.
like the 1984 Alec Baldwin real estate class, right?
Yes.
Put down the coffee. Coffee's for
Coffee's
closers.
for closers.
It's not the leads, it's you. You're a good father. Great, get out.
Yeah.
Like, okay, Alec Baldwin. Calm down, Alec
That-
Baldwin.
And that is what makes like a good. Those are the agents that
Yeah.
stick around. Totally forgot where I was going. Fridge
magnets.
Okay, so that's what I shared, and I said, if you have magnets all over your refrigerator, your house looks cheap. Nobody gives a shit that you went to Colorado. Take them down. If your curtains are short, also looks super cheap. If your furniture is dirty, your house looks cheap. And people are like, none of that stuff stays. You're an idiot. And I'm like, okay, well, let the idiot tell you
Yeah.
what that means. It means that your house looks dumpy and frumpy. And guess where they're coming from?
Dumpy and frumpy.
And so now they're like, oh shit, I got to spend how many more hundreds of thousands of dollars for the same freaking lifestyle?
Right. Yeah.
I don't want it.
Yep.
I don't want
Yeah.
it. And so then they devalue your house. They don't even know they're doing it, but they're doing it. They'll walk out and they're like this. I mean, I like it. I don't know. I like it, but I don't know. And I'm like, well, the living room rug was too small, so the scale of the whole room was off, and it felt like this. And they're like,
That's what
that's
it was.
it.
Yeah.
That is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it has a little bit of cat pee smell. Like, yep,
Yeah.
that's it. And that they don't even know how to articulate it.
It's just emotional triggers.
Yes,
Yeah.
and that equates to the amount of money they're about to offer
Yeah.
you.
Yep.
And that's it.
I love that.
But I know that.
Yeah.
And so then people were like, refrigerator magnets don't affect my value. I'm like, let me tell you a story.
Well, not only do they,
They do.
affect your value, but I will tell you what it also tells me. And I'm walking through, I see 42 fridge magnets. I see the short curtains. I smell the cat pee. I also know you haven't changed your air filter.
Yes.
You're poor on your actual maintenance routine. So all the things that we're not seeing and I only have on the surface level,
Yep.
it is going to be an atrocious tidbit of an inspection report that's
Yep.
60 pages long that
Yep.
now my buyer's going to spiral out from.
Yep.
And
Yes.
let's not even start, shall
Yes.
we?
Yep.
You know, and that's what people don't understand is that reflects so poorly on them so for so many different reasons because real estate is emotional.
It's
Right.
emotional. And that's what it's all emotional. So then my response after several people, I mean, I had over 2 million views on this video.
And only
some-
44,000 followers.
I know.
She should really do a better job.
I should.
Yeah.
People aren't sure if they want to commit to me just yet.
that
I'm
what
like,
it
I
is?
get it.
Yeah.
I get it. So I did a follow-up video where I hung my real estate awards on the refrigerator with magnets. Because I have an obsession with Dr. Nowzarden from My 600-Pound Life. We could do a whole freaking episode on that. And so I have multiple
Not
Dr.
TLC.
Now
Yeah.
magnets. Oh, all things TLC. And so I literally was like,
Wait, I sent those to you, didn't
real
I? I'm
producers.
sorry,
Yes,
was it- yeah.
yes, real producers. My fridge magnet, D Magazine, fridge magnet, Wall Street Journal, fridge magnet, and I was like, cool.
Cool. Here I
thanks.
am with my
Here I
magnets.
am with my magnets and my words. I guess I'm an idiot.
I love that. Hold on. We've got our next guest that's actually sitting at the door and we'll let him It's Mr. Northcutt. Yeah.
Is this my teacher from 3rd grade?
Yeah, it's your teacher. It's your teacher from
Is
3rd
this
grade.
my
It's
teacher?
your ex-boyfriend coming in through door
Is this
number
my
one.
teacher from when I was in Catholic school and they said I looked chunky in my uniform?
No. So it's great. So we're going to keep going. And now we have a live audience, which even makes it so much more fun.
love that.
Jason Northcutt, did you
Jason
flip me off?
Northcutt.
Yes.
Jason, did you bring me a snack?
I tried, but Dutch Brothers line was way too long.
Okay.
Oh.
Lacey got me Starbucks.
Okay, so let's do this. We got a few more minutes left, and I'm gonna.
Jason has to follow us.
He does.
Sorry, buddy.
It's so great.
Sorry, buddy. It's
No.
been so good until now.
Okay, we're gonna do some fun like truth prompts. Okay.
what is
that?
And so what I did was I went in and I was like, ChatGPT, I've got these crazy biatches coming with me, and I want you to do some research on them. And I want you to look at their TikToks, and then I want you to give me some truths that I can ask them and put them on the spot. And it
I
did.
can't wait.
I know, it was so good. Okay, so the first one is, what's the pettiest reason you've ever secretly judged a client?
Oh, I have one actually.
Okay.
I will say I don't think that it's petty, but it came up like immediately. It was when I found out that there was, we were going into an apartment building, and in that apartment building, someone had COVID. And
Yeah, that's real petty.
right, so my client and his like 3-month-old daughter went inside of the place with COVID, and none of them wore masks.
Oh.
It was great. Anyway, I judged it pretty hard.
Oh.
Pretty hard. I wouldn't call it petty, but it did come up immediately inside of my
Okay,
brain.
that was what it was.
Yeah.
I don't judge my clients. I feel like that's wrong.
You are a liar. You are a liar, Courtney Benson.
People who change their kids' diapers in other people's houses. That one. Or they bring their dogs.
Oh, I hate that.
What does that say about people? They bring their dogs.
They bring their
It
dogs.
says a lot about
says
them,
a
doesn't
lot.
it?
It
says all I need to know.
yeah.
I just
yeah.
started to sweat a little bit
Yeah,
when
but
you
the,
said
the
that.
diaper one really sends me.
Okay.
Honestly, yeah.
You
I
need
like
to,
that.
You need to stop showing people with small children. I think that's the problem.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Okay, what's one real estate opinion that would get you canceled by a Facebook mom group?
I don't.
so many.
I actually don't take clients from Facebook mom groups. People tag me in them all the time, and I'm like, no, I'm good.
Okay.
Because I feel like the person who posts on the Facebook mom group about finding a realtor is the same one who doesn't know what the hell's going on and will post that they're pissed off about something
Yeah.
because they don't want to have accountability. So I'm
Well, and I think if you
I'm
went in there and
Gucci.
said
I
you
don't-
shouldn't change your baby's diaper in a Facebook mom group,
right,
that
they
probably
would be
would have.
like, you hate children, and I'm like, not my own, just
Yeah.
yours.
Just amen.
Just yours.
Yeah.
What was the original question?
Okay. What's one real estate opinion that would get you canceled by a Facebook mom group?
Oh, easy.
First of all, Lacey's not in Facebook mom groups.
No, but if I was, this is definitely going to be it. I think housing is a human right, and I think a lot of people could cancel me
That
immediately
you
for
think
saying
that
it.
people shouldn't have homes?
No, I think that they should have homes. Like
Oh,
I think housing is like
I mean, gross
is
for that.
truly a right in a first world country. I think everyone should have housing, whether that looks like renting or owning. I think that it should be able to happen for everybody.
Do you ever hop in the groups and just trigger people, just drop a bomb? And you're like,
I'm
you
not on
drop-
Facebook.
Like
Y'all-
you do.
Yeah.
People
All
being
like the
"You
really
have a
bad
fake
comments.
account." And I'm like, I know.
No, those are all the
I know.
really bad comments.
Yeah.
Yeah, racist, xenophobic,
I
everything.
should
Yeah,
get in
for
those.
sure.
I should get in.
Yeah, I go after those pretty hard.
it.
Not me though. Definitely
Thank you.
Courtney Bensoon.
Bensoon.
Yeah.
Coney
Coney Benson Boone.
Oh my God. So much caffeine at the table today.
so much.
Whoa.
In
Yeah.
front of my name, that's
Yeah,
people.
that's
people
all,
been
like,
Thing that has like ever happened where you just like shrunk into a
I got
shell.
it. I got mine.
Okay.